So my story starts when I was stationed in Germany in Ansbach, and every time we would get somebody new into the unit, everybody would try to get the new person, usually a private or E4, to do something or to look for something that really didn't exist, like 10 feet of flight line, which is pretty much runway, or tell the guy to go ahead and switch out the summer air for winter air in the vehicles. So we had this, it would go on like this, and sometimes people would fall for it, sometimes they wouldn't. But we had this one girl, Private Ettrick. She had just come out of basic training, and she was assigned to us. She was hanging out with the mechanics because it was their turn to show the new people around the unit, what they had to do, how they had to do it, way things worked, and stuff like that. Well, every time we would get somebody new, like I was saying, we would go ahead and see if we could get them on something. And for Private Ettrick, it was we had to have her find the weak spots in the vehicle armor. And to do this, she'd have to take a hammer and tap it on the vehicle. And if it sounded like it was hollow or not good, and of course we didn't tell them what it was supposed to sound like, we just said if it was hollow or not good, then you would have to go ahead and circle it with the chalk. So what ended up happening is, I guess the lead mechanic Tassin told Private Ettrick to do this, and she wasn't real sure what she was doing, and she came and talked to me. I basically told her the same thing, and she kind of looked at me like, you're lying to me. I know you're lying to me, but whatever. You've been here a while and I haven't, so fine. But I didn't, at that time, I thought, okay, Tassin's going to be mad at me because I just messed everything up. There's no way she believed what I was saying. So about 4 hours later, she comes up to me and she says, Sergeant Dawson, I need you to come and look at this because I just don't know if I'm doing it right. And I said to her, doing what right? Well, finding the weak spots in the helmet armor. I'm like, the weak spots? And she said, yeah. You know, you told me you were supposed to take the hammer, and if it made a certain sound, I was supposed to circle it. So I'm like, oh, that's right. So I'm thinking at this point, well, she's trying to mess with me now because she obviously knows that something's not right, and she's just trying to screw with me. And so I go over to the helmet, and there are circles everywhere. There's a circle here. There's at least 15 different circles. And I look at her and I say, what have you been doing? Well, I've been trying to find the weak spots in the helmet armor. And at this point, I am confused because I don't know what the heck she's doing. Even though she's doing exactly what I told her to, I can't believe that somebody's actually doing it. So I tell her, Ettrick, show me exactly what you were doing. So, well, I'd get the hammer and then I'd hit it and then I'd circle it if it didn't sound right. And I said, okay, so where's your hammer? I'm expecting like a 1 pound ball peen hammer that you use on, I don't know, to put up framing on a house or something. No, she pulls out this big sledgehammer that weighs almost as much as she does, and she takes a running swing at the stupid thing. And I'm thinking, oh, this isn't good. We're going to get in so much trouble because she's taking a huge sledgehammer to this thing, and she's going to break something at some point. So finally I have to tell her, look, that's not the way it is. We're just messing with you, and everything's a joke. And about that time, she looks at me and she's like, I know. That's why I did it. So in the end, even the older people in the unit go ahead and get, taken advantage of sometimes and look like a fool. But everything was fine because when we were in Germany, it was a way of knowing that you belonged. If people didn't like you, they wouldn't talk to you. If people liked you, they'd mess with you with things like that. So in the end, it all worked out. I was pretty good friends with Private Ettrick, and Tassin was still my friend, even though I found out later that he went ahead and kind of set the whole thing up that way. But what are you going to do? And that's my WoW story. Not that great, but it was funny at the time. It was one of those things you had to be there for.